In the bustling port city of Basra, Sinbad the sailor was known for his daring adventures and tales of far-off lands. But even among his most legendary voyages, none was as eerie and mysterious as his encounter with the ghost ship. It all began on a calm summer evening when Sinbad and his loyal crew set sail aboard the Golden Falcon in search of new horizons. The sea was calm, the skies clear, and spirits were high as the ship cut through the waters like a blade. They had heard rumors of a hidden treasure buried on a distant island, and Sinbad was determined to find it. 4 days they sailed, navigating through clear waters and past beautiful islands. Then, one night, as the crew prepared to sleep under the blanket of stars, a thick fog rolled in unexpectedly. The temperature dropped, and a chilling silence fell over the sea. The Golden Falcon slowed as if the ocean itself had turned to molasses. Sinbad stood at the helm, peering into the fog, when suddenly, a ghostly light appeared on the horizon. As they drew closer, the outline of a massive ship emerged from the mist, an ancient vessel with tattered sails and a hull covered in barnacles. The ship seemed to glide through the water without a sound. "Captain," whispered Karim, the ship's first mate, his voice trembling, "it's the ghost ship. The one spoken of in legends." Sinbad's eyes narrowed. He had heard tales of the ghost ship, a cursed vessel doomed to sail the seas forever, crewed by the spirits of sailors who had lost their lives at sea. The ship was said to lure others to their doom, promising riches, but delivering only death. Despite the ominous warnings, Sinbad was not one to shy away from danger. "Prepare the men," he ordered. "We're going aboard." The crew hesitated, fear evident in their eyes, but they trusted their captain and followed his lead. They brought the Golden Falcon alongside the ghost ship, and threw ropes to secure the two vessels together. With weapons drawn, Sinbad and his men climbed aboard the eerie ship. The deck was deserted, the wood creaking underfoot as if the ship itself was groaning in pain. The sails flapped in the windless air, and the fog seemed to swirl around them like ghostly figures. Sinbad noticed that the ship's name, barely visible on the bow, was the Silent Maiden. As they explored the ship, they found evidence of a once thriving crew, rusted weapons, rotting provisions, and tattered clothing scattered about. But there was no sign of life, only the unsettling feeling that they were being watched. Suddenly, a cold wind swept through the ship, and ghostly apparitions began to materialize, translucent figures of sailors from different eras, their faces twisted in anguish. The spirits floated silently, their hollow eyes fixed on Sinbad and his men. One spirit, taller than the rest and dressed in the tattered uniform of a captain, stepped forward. His voice was a hollow echo. "Why have you come aboard the Silent Maiden? Do you seek our curse?" Sinbad, undaunted, met the ghostly captain's gaze. "I seek the truth of this ship and the fate of its crew. If there is treasure aboard, we will take it. But if you wish to be freed from your curse, tell us how." The ghost captain sighed, a sound that seemed to carry the weight of centuries. "We were once sailors, like you, bold and fearless, but we were greedy, and in our greed, we took what was not ours, cursed gold from a forbidden island. We ignored the warnings, and for our hubris, we were doomed to sail the seas for eternity, never finding rest." Sinbad listened intently. He knew that curses, while powerful, could often be broken. "Is there a way to free you and your crew?" he asked. The ghost captain nodded slowly. "Return the cursed gold to its rightful place, to the Island of Shadows. Only then can we find peace. But beware, the island is treacherous, and many have perished trying to reach it." Sinbad, ever the fearless adventurer, accepted the challenge. "We will take the gold and return it to the Island of Shadows. In return, you will guide us safely to the island and back." The ghost captain agreed, and with a wave of his spectral hand, a large chest appeared on the deck, filled with gold coins that shimmered with an unnatural light. The chest was heavy with the weight of the curse it bore. With the cursed gold aboard the Golden Falcon, the ghostly crew of the Silent Maiden guided Sinbad and his men through the fog. The journey was long and perilous, with treacherous waters and unseen dangers lurking in the mist. But Sinbad's courage and the ghost captain's guidance kept them on course. Finally, they reached the Island of Shadows, a place as foreboding as its name. The island was shrouded in darkness, with jagged rocks and towering cliffs rising from the sea. Sinbad and his men rowed ashore, the chest of cursed gold in tow. As they reached the island's center, they found an ancient altar covered in vines and moss. With great effort, they placed the chest on the altar, and the ground trembled beneath their feet. The cursed gold began to glow, and a beam of light shot into the sky, piercing the dark clouds above. The island shook as the curse was lifted, and the spirits of the ghostly crew began to ascend into the light, their anguished expressions softening into peace. The ghost captain turned to Sinbad one last time, his form fading. "Thank you, brave sailor," he said. "You have freed us. May the winds of fortune guide you always." With that, the spirits disappeared, and the island grew still. Sinbad and his crew returned to the Golden Falcon, the weight of their mission lifted. As they sailed away, the fog cleared, and the sun broke through the clouds, shining down on them with warmth and light. The ghost ship, the Silent Maiden, was never seen again, but the tale of Sinbad's encounter with the cursed vessel became another legend in the sailor's storied life, a reminder that even the bravest must sometimes face the supernatural. And so, Sinbad the sailor continued his adventures, ever in search of new horizons, his heart unyielding in the face of danger, and his soul guided by the belief that no curse was too great to break.